Okay. Welcome to Thorns Creation, Thorns Cast.
Yeah.
That was something.
Our great intro.
The Titanic theme song.
Played on a recorder.
Alright, so...
I bet none of us brought anything to talk about, did we?
I actually did.
Oh.
I brought something.
I was
back
actually
up.
just thinking about that too.
Yeah.
I might have something, but it's...
No, thinking about
probably
like
not.
we had nothing to talk about.
I was going to say, you don't even know what I was going to say.
No, thinking about that we had nothing to talk about.
Unfortunately, drummer Brandon Self isn't going to be here tonight, so it's just the three of us. But I thought about the subject. I don't know if... I'm sure you saw this, Brandon. I don't know if you saw Matt. Chimera called it quits the other day.
15 years after being a band.
Yeah, and so that's...
I know we've been a band almost half as long as them.
Yeah.
Something like that. But I was just thinking about this. Like, that's Chimera, Shadows Fall, called it quits pretty much. They're doing like one final tour. Bleeding Through's done. God Forbid's done. And I feel like there was another one in there, but that's like all these bands that seemed like they were going to go somewhere and were really huge back in the early 2000s, part of that whole metalcore.
But you could say they did go somewhere.
They did.
They did
a lot.
So it's not like they... Well, I think you're looking at it as they disappeared without hitting their peak. And
okay, well, like comparable to like Lamb of God. Like they're from the same genre, same, time.
Yeah, but
they're still going ridiculously strong.
God?
Yeah.
They're
They're
still
still pretty
they're
huge.
still pretty.
Yeah,
damn
no, they
big.
still have a big following, but so does Chimera. But if you want to look at... I don't think Lamb of God's going to be recording a new album anytime soon. Especially after what happened with Randy's lawsuit.
I think they
They've-
will be.
Well, at some point, yeah. But
I mean,
They're still going to be recording a new album. The time frame is what's in question, as opposed to all those other bands that he just mentioned are officially done. Like,
yeah.
it's not even a chance of them recording any new music.
And it's, and the thing is, like Shadows Fall, for example, like as opposed to Lamb of God, who's like have been fairly like steadily at, I don't want to say the top, but rising and at a pretty good position where they're still like selling out like huge venues and concerts. Whereas like Shadows Fall in the past few years, like there came a point where I was wondering if they were still around. Like I hadn't heard anything from them, and like every time I would see a flyer with their name on it, they were getting like progressively lower and lower on the bill. And yeah, then like I read that article about Chimera, and it occurred to me like, yeah, Bleeding Through's gone. Unearth is recording a new album right now. But
They just released a new single, actually.
Really?
And it fucking rips.
Okay, well that's something.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I was beginning to think like I hadn't heard anything from them either.
Yeah, me neither. I saw a couple of live videos, but then, yeah, they released a new song. I don't remember the name of it, and I saw the cover art for their new album, and it looked really awesome. It's like black and white. It almost looks like one of the Machine Head albums, but
Okay.
the song was really, really awesome. I'll have to try and find it again, because it's either Lamb Goat posted it, or Metal Sucks, or something. I got referred to it through Metal Injection or something like that. And so, but it was surprisingly really good, kind of like a nice return to form, super thrashy, just
Right on.
like pretty much straight up metal. It's awesome. So
Well, at least someone from that area is doing something from that.
another
era of
band that
metal.
is pretty much not existent that I loved back in the day was the Red Chord. They're completely done now, and I used to love that band. They were so good. Like,
I haven't heard anything from August Burns Red either for a while.
they're still touring, and
Yeah.
they're still touring in support of I think it's something and Rescue, or Rescue and Restore. That was their newest one. Yeah.
But yeah, that was just like I remember like seeing all these bands that were huge like in the early 2000s back like when all of us were still in high school, and
Right.
it's just like it's
Are you
like
guys
it's like the end of an era.
Are you guys a fan of what In Flames has done recently?
Absolutely not.
Not their last album, but this new one that they're getting ready to...
Nope. I
No,
downloaded it
no.
from. And sorry if anyone from In Flames happens upon this podcast. Yes, I downloaded your album.
Great, Brandon. Here comes the lawsuits.
Yep, here we go. But
nerd.
it sounds, I don't know, it just doesn't sound good. I mean, I could go into a bunch of technical reasons why I don't personally like it, but I don't like the way that they've gone. I don't know, it just doesn't sound good. the style that they've kind of switched to from what they were, which I don't mind. I don't mind that they're trying to change their sound because it's been how many years has that band been around? But
a long time.
It's just I don't mind that they're changing their sound, but
I'm sorry. I just ate some of Matt's M&Ms and he gave me a very disapproving look.
Can I have an M&M?
Reach them now, motherfucker. Yeah, if you go over to get them.
Okay. Oh! I gave Matt a over the pants handy J right then.
Woo!
With M&Ms.
It was quick.
So, the red cord's still around. So,
Huh?
yeah. Apparently, the Wikipedia page for Red Chord says we're on hiatus. A quote from the band: "This is not true. We're just taking forever to write a record."
Okay. That seems like opposite of what Greg, their bass player, said a long time ago, which I remember, which
How
was
long ago was that?
over a year, probably.
Ooh!
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh!
Probably over a year.
What did he say?
It was something to the effect that their lead singer actually became a cop.
Yep.
Their drummer left to go tour with some other band, so it was literally just their guitar player. And then he actually went and toured with Job for a Cowboy for a little bit. I don't think he's not doing that anymore because they got that guy from Cephalate Carnage now. But he just said that their band members were spread too far thin, that a new record was like pretty much 50-50 at that point. Like it just as much could not happen as it could. But again, that was a year ago. So if they say they're writing a new record, consider me fucking stoked.
It was just the only band that I Googled since we had been talking about it. So,
got it. They were just awesome, and they kind of like fell off. They released
and you
Fed
guys,
Through the Teeth Machine.
it's just. I mean, we're talking about bands that rise and fall like that, but that's just how bands have been going forever. You want to talk about Shadows Fall? We can easily talk about Killswitch Engage, which arguably is
They're still
huge.
Yeah, they're doing big things.
Yeah, so some bands like Shadows Fall or whatever fall off the earth, but then it just means that there's more room for other bands to.
What's that for?
I don't know. I'm just messing around on YouTube, finding weird sounds.
Okay.
I was looking for an awuga horn.
Watch those like transfer to the mic like directly, so it's just like super fucking loud. It just.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry,
In case that's
R.I.P.
the case.
headphone users.
Why were you doing that?
I didn't really have a reason. I just do things.
Yeah.
I just do things.
Yeah.
Nice. So bands are rising and falling. I wasn't too discouraged at
and then
Chimera.
With Shadows Fall, August 25th, 2014, the band announced several final tours to take place before taking a hiatus. So they're not done.
I'll
Just going on hiatus.
The way that they made it sound, they're pretty much done. The official release that they put together that I read, they are pretty much done. Like,
a lot of the times in this industry, like when a band says they're going on like indefinite hiatus, it
doesn't
usually
say
just means,
indefinite.
like
Just says hiatus.
okay.
So I mean,
Are you reading it from Wiki?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, but they
Time will
pulled
tell.
direct
I'll
quotes from.
I'll be stoked if they release something new. I'll listen to it. However, since they haven't even gone on their quote unquote break yet, I guarantee you they're probably
I'm
not.
just
gonna
trying
come
to
back
offer a counterpoint so that the entire podcast doesn't seem like it's all leaning one direction. So just offering some other info.
Okay.
Take a chill pill.
Dude, I'm
All
chill.
right.
I'm chill as a cucumber.
Okay, what are we talking about next? Was that it? That's
I
all
don't
we
know.
had, Johnny. Was Shadows Fall? Was
I guess we're done now.
Shadows Fall, Chimera.
That was pretty much the only idea I had.
So
I didn't
okay,
know there was-
and then was Chimera even that good?
Okay,
You know-
honestly, I was about to say,
Like-
there is one album that Chimera released that I really, really enjoyed. It was self-titled. It was a black album cover. It was the album. It was the album that they came to Bend promoting with Behemoth and the Agony Scene and Himsa. It was forever ago.
Yeah.
And that album, I honestly thought was amazing. Other than that, no.
And
Honestly,
see, I was going
don't-
to say, what was that show they came to town to play, then they didn't play because of the sound?
here.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
remember.
don't
They were
remember
supposed
that.
to play a show with somebody here, but from what I understood, the sound system wasn't up to snuff or whatever, so they canceled the show.
Wasn't that? I know they came here and they played.
That was the show that I was just talking about.
There was another show where they came to town, but they didn't play. So,
Huh.
and
don't
I guess the
remember
only
that
reason I
one.
bring that up is because I wasn't bummed. But I was actually at the venue, and I saw the band, and they were selling their merch, and a bunch of people showed up, and I'm sure there's a bunch of people that were bummed out, and I'm not like, I'm not saying Chimera sucks, but I was just
they're a
asking.
decent band. I just never really.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I heard I think I heard some stuff from their first album, which like was, if I remember correctly, was pretty nu metal-y.
It was very nu metal,
and I remember not being that thrilled about it. And then I heard like a song like I think several album cycles later, and I thought like it sounded really cool. But I honestly never just listened to them that much. I don't know if it was because they never did anything for me, or I didn't like them that much, or if I just never got around to it because there's so many bands out there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's true.
But
That one album I still love to this day. I like that's their like every song on that album rips, but anything they did prior to that maybe had one good song, and then everything they've done since that album, again, like maybe one or two isolated songs that I could listen to. Title track off of their album called Resurrection I thought was pretty good, but like the last two albums they did, I was like, I don't know, not really too.
So you're talking about The Impossibility of Reason? Is that the album?
The album that that was the one that was pretty nu metal-y, and then they had one before that, but the one, it's just self-titled, and it has a black cover and like this, I don't know, like what you'd call it. Dude, that album
skull?
fucking it's like three skulls.
That thing that's on my head is part of my
They're
head.
Animal skulls. Yeah, it's kind of fucking weird. It's hard to it's skulls, but it's like a
it's a fucking Chimera skull.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Oh!
After looking at it, I was like, let's see, there's a snake. That's weird. Why is it? Oh, I get it. Wow.
Yeah. So
I don't think this is anatomic.
This doesn't look like anything that should exist. Oh,
it doesn't.
What's our time limit again? What are we stopping it at?
Who cares?
15 to 20?
15 to 20?
Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
What are we at now?
We're at 12. We're good.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, bye.
And we can just keep going until it feels about right.
Matt, what have you been doing recently? What's been your hobby of choice recently? Things that you've been filling your time with, other than hanging out with your girlfriend? Have you been playing guitar? Any new bands you've been listening to?
Have you gone big game hunting?
Yeah. I just got back from an excursion in northern Russia.
Yeah?
Yeah. Grizzly bear.
Ooh.
Bear.
Right.
I guess.
Did you catch him while he was trying to go into hibernation?
What was your weapon?
It's
of
probably
choice?
going to be
Was
winter
it
weapon anyway.
a harpoon?
Was it a slingshot?
One of those spears that you always see tribesmen using that's like, it's a spear, but it's attached to like a longer stick that launches it, so you swing the stick and the spear's like launched out of it.
Atlatl?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
An atlatl?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's what it's
How do you
called.
know that?
Yeah.
Atlatl.
No.
Is that what the tribesmen scream when they...
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
swing it.
It would be more brutal if you used a garrote on the fucking bear. You just
some piano wire.
I used a boar spear. So
Boar spear?
Yeah.
I've never seen one of
a
those.
spear with a boar on it. And you
No,
just beat
boar
it to
spear.
death.
It's got a big spear, but then it's got a flat plate on it, so that when you spear the boar as it's running at you, it can't continue to impale itself so far that it can get to you. So this plate stops it.
Also, it like widens it out pretty much, so it's just like...
Well, it's like a spear with a big metal plate on it.
Oh,
so
okay,
that
yeah.
Once it's impaled, it can't impale further.
God, that's just... Imagine just a giant tusked beast that is so pissed off that when you spear it, you need like a basically a piece of like a shield on your spear to stop it from coming at you. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I did none of that. Actually, I've just been working. Yeah, not really. I don't know. Not really like any specific bands. No, nothing really new. I don't.
Yeah, that's fine. No, me neither. I haven't really found anything new. I've been listening to that playlist on Spotify that's just a bunch of instrumental electronic music and shit like that while I've been
I've been kind of in a weird mood. I haven't found when I do find a band, I'll listen to that album and I'll just listen to it till it's just
overplayed and you're done.
But I just haven't haven't found a new album recently. So
have you I know I've been pimping them out quite a bit, but have you listened to the new Legion album?
No, I haven't.
No,
I need to.
That one's really good. I think it's their best one so far. It's just really techy but catchy. a lot of shred.
As far as the instrumentation and the music goes, it's awesome. By the end of the album, I'm a little sick of his vocals because they just get really samey. But he has a pretty solid range during the whole album, so I can't really complain about it too much. It's just by the end, it's the only thing that I'm like starting to be like, okay, change it up, do something different. But it's the album's album's pretty fucking awesome.
The instrumentation is really solid on it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else. You listen to Brandon's electronic album.
Yeah, my new EPs that I put out.
For those of you that don't know, Brandon has a solo side project by the name Lithranax.
Yes.
Which has a pretty metal name. It's the name of a dinosaur that was discovered on a few months ago. It's I think it's just an extra large T-Rex or something like that.
And Lithranax Argestes translates to the Gore King of the South. Which, I mean, really doesn't make sense for me considering, geography and shit, but whatever. Gore King, I was like, I'm in.
And you're not a king, and you're not... If you were, you're definitely not a king of gore.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I make like, heavy metal stuff, I guess. I don't know. I try to throw in everything
It's pretty cool. It's just instrumental metal, there's no vocals. But he just released 2 EPs, a dual. It's like all heavy, death metal kind of stuff that a little bit similar to his first EP, or in the same vein of that. And the second one is electronic music, which I honestly like that one a lot more.
Yeah, and that's totally cool. Like, that was something that was... I had no plan to do that. I just wanted to, I guess, screw around with some stuff in Fruity Loops because I was kind of sick of just using the program for Easy Drummer, which we've used it, almost exclusively for Easy Drummer, and so I just started messing around after, how many times did we, in the making of the album, go through the banks of libraries and everything like that, and I just decided, tons of times, right?
Yeah.
So I just decided I wanted to try and mess with some stuff and come up with some cool stuff, and I like the way it came out. I think... little insider thing, I think maybe what I'm going to try and do in the future is figure out a way to meld both of those together so it'd be heavy and kind of like that electronic element.
That'd be interesting.
Well. I know. I don't know if it'll work, but it's worth a try. And then
club metal.
yeah, just I'll do away with Easy Drummer and it'll just be all really fast electronic beats with heavy metal guitar.
I bet it works.
Dude, $20
it might work, you never know.
Yeah.
It probably will sound very strange, but
wasn't there a band a while ago, I think they came here, they were supposed to come here a while ago, that mixed it was deathcore and dubstep or something.
There's so many bands
I can't remember. Is there?
Yeah, there's a few bands that do that nowadays.
I don't even attempt.
Oh, I think I know you're talking about the Browning.
That was it.
Yeah. It's just the metalcore. I know I've always wondered about that name. I'm like, the Browning, really? It makes literally when I hear it, I think of it has to do something with poop or something. It's just what?
Or maybe they're Browning hamburger.
Yeah, or something. But pan. Yeah, it's basically open note breakdowns with a couple of single first 4 fret riffs and then just electronic beats the entire way through.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like it could work in theory, but
I have a feeling if it was played on a really a really good one, I have a feeling it would probably sound really cool, just really big, kind of in the same vein that Baby Metal would sound really awesome through a
Baby Metal
big sound system. So yeah, that's a guilty pleasure of us. If nobody has heard Baby Metal yet, you need to check it out.
Well, I don't want to clump myself in there with that quite yet. I don't
See,
know.
You're still on the fence.
I don't. Yeah,
you won't let yourself like it.
Baby Metal is
and not to pull the hipster card, but I listened to it months before you guys did, and I just never brought it up. 'Cause I think it was cool. I don't know. It was just
well,
okay.
You did us a disservice, and now it's pretty cool.
A disservice.
And the thing is the thing is for the long I didn't even know how to react to it when I first heard it. I didn't want to like it, but part of me did for some reason. It's just so for some of you that don't know, Baby Metal it's not even a metal band really. They're from Japan. It's these 3 14, 15-year-old girls.
For all we know, they're 22.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? But yeah, pretty much they just sing and they do all this choreography. and they have a backing band behind them that plays like it's like a mix of like death metal and just like different like metal.
So think like
categories
every
and-
metal trope that you've heard in the past, like
Right.
say 10 years, mixed with Japanese like J-pop, like
Yeah.
super bubblegum, like really
Dance Revolution, anime
or
music.
anime music, like, and it just sounds like, and they have some parts that are legitimately heavy too,
I'm gonna
like
pull it up right now.
like things that I was like, oh my god, like heavy, but
So it's just super fucking happy sounding, and
oh no.
then this happens.
But see,
And see,
this is the kind of metal I've heard you guys make fun of because it's unoriginal, unimaginative.
This
and
is not
the same.
this is not
But
unoriginal.
I-
that
yeah,
riff,
that's-
yes, you're right. If
But
Five Finger
that's
Death
what I'm
Punch
saying.
made that riff into an entire song, or if these guys made that riff into an entire song, I'd be like, no, it probably sounds. But these guys are insanely unpredictable. That to the chorus of this song, which is nothing at
See,
all
I
like that.
I don't want to take like the ADD of today's kids and apply it to my music listening experience. I just don't like it. That's why I don't like it. 'Cause it's like,
It is like listening to ADD
That's,
music.
it very much is.
Yeah.
It's like
I won't argue that.
Take the experience of a 4-year-old with a bowl of sugared cereal watching Saturday morning cartoons while dad listens to music in the background. Fucking put it all in a blender, and that's what it sounds like. And it's just like, it's confusing, and just, there's so much, I don't know, I just...
See, I had the exact same thought process that you're describing to me right now, and then one day I eventually just like started listening to it, and I was just like, you know what, like, there's no way I can't actually like it. Like, I understand that people will not like it, and that's fine, but like,
Yeah.
the things that I like about metal are present, and the things that are just so far removed from metal that the fact that they bring them in and somehow, in some weird way, they make it work. Like,
I
think they make it work. It does sound like ADD, but it's not like bad.
I mean, I know all of us, and this is gonna sound like this is gonna take away a lot of our metal points, but I know all of us listen to a lot of like non-metal and pop and stuff, and like, you know, what a lot of people would consider pussy music. But I mean, like, I think that's partially why I kind of like this, is because I don't really think of it as a metal band, because it's not really like their whole history is they were like put together by like the Japanese music industry. Like, it's not like these three girls just like stopped like playing around with a Japanese
Just,
Barbie and were like,
such
oh,
an
let's start a
odd
metal band.
argument, though. It's such a weird reason to like it.
I didn't even give a reason. I just
But
said,
but then what are you describing?
that's why he
yeah.
likes them.
No, I'm just saying like they're not a metal band, so I guess I enjoy them not as a metal band, because for metal it's not that original. I guess I appreciate it for being poppy and catchy, but it's for pop music it is extremely original. I'll put it that way. Like, it mixes all sorts of different genres. It's still catchy. It's like, I don't know. You know, I don't really know why I like it. I'm really trying to think of a reason why, and I can't put it into words. It's just like,
Yeah, I guess for me, I just don't get any sort of positive emotional feedback when I listen to it. None at all.
no, not at all.
No, there's just, it's like, I'm like, and I've listened to it plenty. It's just like, I don't know.
Well, anyway, we're probably close to time with that conversation. This has just been a music.
Let's take a look here.
Probably like a little over 20.
Oh, we're good. Let's
Is it?
just keep going. It's 25, but I mean, after listening to the last one, 30 minutes was fine, so I might as well just keep going.
Okay. So five more minutes. One more quick
Yeah.
topic. I've been playing the shit out of Destiny. I got Destiny. Yep, big video game thing. So, if anybody listens has PS4, add me and let's do some raids. Woo!
What's your gamer tag?
Thanatos541. That's THANATOS 541. Boy, that took some thought. Whew.
Why didn't you keep it the same as your Xbox one? Now people didn't like that one anymore.
Yep, I gotta remember all sorts of different shit.
Actually, no. I tried to get that one and it was taken.
Oh,
Yeah.
By you, probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, and the one with the beans with the A is a 4. I was like, what the fuck? Like, when I was
Have
making...
you added him as a friend?
No.
You've been like, yo!
If
Adam
I could...
like, hey man,
I wish I
the
could...
fuck?
I wish I could, like, add him as a friend through my Xbox, so I could just... It would be like himself, like, requesting a
Watch,
friend.
it's the one lone fan from Thorns of Creation who just like
God.
worships the ground you walk on, and
really...
he somehow knows your nickname and everything, and he knows that's what your
That's
Xbox
alright, man.
gamer
What's up?
tag was.
Let's hang out and play some raids. If you're really annoying, I'll just mute you. I mean, that's the great thing about it.
Okay, so here's a good topic. Is anybody else annoyed by the fact that after people die, all of a sudden people worship the ground that they walked on?
Not...
yes and no. Like,
Does that bug anybody? Does that like...
Yes, to a certain extent, and no because you're not going to stop it. So there's no point in getting like upset at it.
Not upset, but like, why can't that degree of love be shown to somebody while they're still alive?
I think that it.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Okay.
Yeah. So it's no secret that everybody liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But how come we had to wait for him to die to all of a sudden for people to actually express it?
Well, I could get really deep into a conversation that would take longer than 5 minutes about how human beings don't recognize what they have until they recognize
I get that, but it's like, I don't know, it bugs me, I guess.
No,
to the point where it's just like, it's annoying. I get it that it's sad that the dude died, and especially that he died in the way that he did, but it's like, quit hopping on the fucking bandwagon, okay? And
I guess it depends where you draw the line between like, I mean, I've seen like what you're talking about, where there's like people that are just like weeks after his death are still like, you know, oh, remember what Robin Williams, and like sharing all these like photos and quotes and shit by him. But then there's like, I've seen like, I don't want to say the exact opposite, but like I think the more mature and honest version of that, which is just, oh, I really liked this actor. Sucks they died. Rest in peace.
All you gotta do is say it once.
Yeah, and we did that on the Thorns page because we messed around with that Mrs. Doubtfire thing, and that's basically, and that's where I don't mind that. I guess
no, and that's fine. But weeks later,
I know what you're saying.
It's like, does anybody not realize at this point that happened? And for me, it's like,
and it's
over the last couple of years, I have thoroughly enjoyed watching Robin Williams films, and I've said to myself and to friends of Robin Williams, wow, that's a funny guy. And then that was like my version of. So, I don't know, it's just weird that...
Yeah, I totally agree. It's, I mean, that's happened with, I don't know, like, every, like, really big celebrity that's...
Pretty much.
It's, okay, and, you know, I'm sure I'm going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, especially in the whole metal community, but, seriously, fucking give Dimebag Darrell a rest already.
Oh,
like,
for fuck's sake.
Like, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, he was in Pantera, and Pantera was an awesome, great guitar player, but... Holy fuck, you guys. Like, every time his birthday comes around, like, I see just memes of just, like, never forget Dimebag Darrell, and he's, like, highlighted in some fucking green stage light, and, like, all these people talk about, like, as if they were his best friend or something, and it's, I mean, I get that, like, people were influenced by his playing, and, like, his music had an impact on them in a very profound way. I mean, that's...
See, what's really funny is that you wouldn't see this 20 years ago before social media, and it's so
interesting.
Not
at all.
It's like, because people will go through the minimal amount of effort to show the maximum amount of feelings, which means they'll take 5 seconds to type something out, but I don't see anybody that walk around the street go, dude, remember Dimebag Darrell? You're like, in real life, I've never experienced that. And it's because you don't actually give a shit. You just want to make it like you care to everybody else that's a friend with you on social media. And that's all you care about. If you honestly, truly gave a shit that it was that guy's birthday and he happened to be dead for a while and he made that big of an influence, you would show it in some other way. Not you
would quietly take some time for yourself at your home and, like, you know, listen to his music or something, or like...
And I'm sure there's people that do that, but
like,
this faux give a shit, you know, fad that everybody, you know,
it's
stupid.
It's super fake and ridiculous, and I mean, it's like they're trying really hard to. I mean, especially like when a musician dies, it's like, and okay, using I don't mean to like keep shitting all over the guy's legacy.
Can't you think of anybody else that's died, Johnny?
Okay, but just because we're a metal band and we see this a lot, so with Dimebag Darrell, it's it's like Pantera is one of those gateway bands that like people that aren't super ingrained into the metal community yet or like the metal lifestyle know about. Like it's one of those bands that they're introduced to. So it's almost like look, I'm so metal because I care so much about this metal musician that died.
Yeah.
Like
we all know you're fucking full of it.
it's like a metal card or something like yeah.
All right, so public service announcement from Thorns before we go. Stop pretending to give a shit because we all know that you don't.
You fucking full of shit fuckers.
You son of a bitch. All right, see you guys later.